Well, hello everybody and welcome to Back 10's prediction show here at All Out Rugby League. I'm your host Kyle Amor and joining me is Paul Cooke. Vegas Fever hit Rugby League and what a game it was. Leeds Rhinos completely demolishing the current World Club champions and champions of Super League in Hull KO with that 52-point demolition in Sin City. But heading into the prediction show, here's how the table looks ahead of this week. We will dive into our set of six as we do. We'll have a quick 1 minute wrap on each of the games and then we will go into the game of the week. So, right then, let's just get flying straight into it, I suppose. Wakefield taking on Hull FC. Cookie, how do you see this one going?
Yeah, I think Hull are in trouble. I think the number of injuries, Jed Cartwright limped off with a hamstring, Harvey Barron with an ankle, Will Price is gone for the year. I think they're going to take a couple of weeks, Hull, to get used to different players playing in different positions. Wakefield none from two. They would have banked on winning at home to Toulouse, newly promoted. They didn't do that, and then they got beaten at Warrington last week. Thought Warrington were great, by the way. I fancy Wakefield though. I can't see Hull getting troops on the field and being that good.
I'm with you, Cookie. I think Wakefield, it's interesting though, just hearing that back note from two, you almost wonder, is there any coaches under any kind, or is the pressure gauge just starting to increase on either of those really? Obviously Hull FC, a whole host of injuries. Wakefield so desperate for a win, and I think Wakefield at home will get that win, Cookie, by the way. Moving on, York v Warrington. York, wow, who would have thought?
Yeah, can they play in Hull every week or Hull every week? Yeah. Hull, whether it's KR or LFC. Both 17-16, ironically, as well. I thought it was a big performance from York. I thought they deserved the win last week. They played great weather football in Hull. Hull not at the races, but take nothing away from York. I just think Warrington will be too strong. I think Warrington are playing great. They've got the Sam Burgess, Steve McNamara coaching duo. I think they're playing really tough, physical, strong. And in Mark Sneed, they've got the best kicker of football in the competition. So I fancy Warrington. Yeah,
I go Warrington as well. I think what we'll see with York is kind of Jekyll and Hyde, all throughout the year. I think they'll get, as the season goes on, those sort of drop off in performances will probably be more extended. But at the moment, look, they'll be bouncing into this game, but I do think Warrington are going to be far too good for them. Talking about another team that needs, or two teams rather, that need a performance, Leigh v Catalan. Catalan completely blown away by Saints, and Leigh, of course, well, we touched upon them in Back 10 earlier in the week. They were just never in the contest.
No, I fancied Catalan to win in round 2 at Bradford. I thought they was decent in round 1. I thought Dodd was good, kicked the ball well. They played really well in the wet over in Catalan. I thought the performance at Bradford was really poor, wasn't it? And then they've carried that on with St Helens. Take nothing away from St Helens, they were good. But I think Leigh at home will be too good for them. Yeah. I think Leigh at home.
Interesting, Joel Tompkins' comments saying he felt that his team give up. Now, that's never something that you want to wear as a playing group. So a reaction, no doubt, from the Dragons. But I think there's certainly a bigger reaction needed at Leigh. And I think that Adrian Lamb will ring that message through, and Leigh will come away with the win for that one. Toulouse v Wigan. I'll kick us off here. Look, I think Wigan all day. I think Toulouse got interesting now because they're gonna play at home twice. They're gonna play Wigan and then they're gonna play St Helens. So a real opportunity for them to just calm down and enjoy Super League without the travel. And but I do think Wigan have Toulouse will get. They will scalp a big team out there. They will definitely.
Yeah. It's the travel, isn't it? It's the travel, the climate, particularly in the summer.
I don't think it's this week.
No,
Cookie.
not me.
Wigan.
Yeah, Wigan just. If you're going in every week, you're back in Wigan at the minute, aren't you? I've watched them the last couple of weeks and how quick they've been, how strong they've been, how hungry they look. I saw Matt Peake go past me when Harvey Hill scored for Hull to make it 6 points to Hull. He was furious. I just think that. There's a real steeliness about them, and I think Wigan will get the job done in Toulouse.
Well, from the bright lights of Las Vegas to back home at the AMT Headingley Stadium. They're taking on Castleford. Castleford, of course, Ryan Carr picked up his first win of the season. This game, is it one where form goes out the window? Leeds Castleford?
I don't know. I think Leeds look strong. I think Castleford have started the season really well. I think that there was better than most people thought against Wigan. I thought that there's a steeliness about them. I like what Ryan Carr's done with his team. I like the recruitment. Shame with Blake Taff, obviously, his fullback and star signing gone for the year. But I think that. I don't think Castle will be good enough to get over Leeds Rhinos. I think it's too strong.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. You usually get the very best version of Castleford, don't you, when they play against Leeds? But I do think the Rhinos collect another 2 points. Right then, from the winners of in Sin City to
it's a basement battle.
Huddersfield at home to Hull KR. Difficult place to go. You know, you talk about Hull KR's that their start to their journey. It's all been bright lights, up tempo, fast beat. Got to go play at Huddersfield, where you've got to create your own atmosphere, Cookie.
Yeah, I think this may well be the time that Hull KR get off 0 points.
They have to, don't they?
Luke Robinson's comments very similar to Joel Tompkins. He called his team rubbish, didn't he, at the weekend? It's like your parents saying they're disappointed in you, isn't it? It's like that, and I think that they'll be too strong for Huddersfield. Hull KR.
Yeah, Hull KR. They have to bounce back, you would have thought, and Huddersfield as well. You know, I was concerned for them after that performance in round one. What games that were coming up, that if they didn't win a couple of those, then they might be in trouble. So I'm with you. I think Hull KR win that one. So that is our set of 6 wrapped up. Please let us know in the comments who you think's going to win either of those games that we discussed. Of course, the All Out Rugby League team love reading through each and every one of your comments, so keep them coming in. And on that, this week, we have decided to let you guys at home become part of this week's Game of the Week. So myself and Paul Cooke, we will pick who we think will win, the winning margin, and of course the exact scoreline. And what we want you at home to do is to throw your weight behind it. The team will randomly pick one of those, one of your predictions, and that will be published across All Out Rugby League social media with mine and Cookie, and we'll have a little bit of fun and a little bit of interactiveness from you guys as well around the Game of the Week, which is, of course, St Helens v Bradford. So just before me and Cookie break down some of the key points in that, just want to remind you at home that if you get the exact team right, it's 1 point. If you get the margin, it's 3 points. And if you get the exact scoreline, it is 5 points. Okay? So let's go then, Cookie. Right, St Helens, nostalgic fixture.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I was at Odsall on Sunday. I think there was close to 9,000 there. It's a wonderful old stadium, isn't it? And you know, the ball in the ground and the Saints Bradford fixtures of the early 2000s were sensational. Yeah. You know, something to behold. Both two teams at the top of the competition. This is an interesting game, isn't it? Because Paul Rowley's got his team firing a little bit. They'll be expected to win, but there's a steeliness about Kurt Haggerty's teams and team. Ryan Sutton was magnificent at the weekend for
massive
for
minutes again, eh?
Yeah, the back three were sensational. Ryan, Wynne, and Aitken.
Wonga Blake, former St Helens player, it was the form of his life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, isn't it, with players? It's like they find a home, don't you? You find a home, and when you find it, you probably should stay there when you're playing your best football. So yeah, he was great as well. Luke Hooley was good. The pass from Hooley for the try-in just before half-time was sensational at the weekend. So, yeah, but I just fancy Saints. I think Saints at home will be too strong. Yeah. I don't think there'll be too much in it, though, Kyle. I think people are expecting Bradford and York and Toulouse to be beaten heavily, but I don't see that with Bradford. I think there's a real physical steel about them. Yeah,
I mean, look, no Jack Wellesby. Nenny McDonald named at fullback. That surprised me over the weekend. Yeah. Now I think it was a bit of jiggery pokery, wasn't it? You know, he was attacking as a fullback but defending as a centre. Yeah. So, but look, you know, Rowley's side after the Warrington game straight away. there was question marks, wasn't there? Straight away, there was like, whoa, what's... But the last 2 weeks, they've got, winning at Catalan, regardless, is always a difficult place to get 2 points. So, they've picked up 2 wins out of 3 there against Warrington, Leigh and Catalan. Before a ball's kicked, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. Particularly with a new group under a new coach and with new ideas. I think they'll look a little bit more fluid than they did against Warrington with the ball in hand. It's always going to take some time, particularly with new spine players, losing Wellesby as well, rejigging that. So, I think they're doing a decent job, saying I think they'll win this game. But I don't think it'll be by as many as some people might think. And
just quickly before we get your prediction then, just a word on Bradford, really. You put yourself in Kurt Haggerty's shoes. Yeah. The way, I always remember a comment he said a couple of weeks ago. He said, we're not here to make up numbers, we are going to attack this competition.
Yep.
And they have done that.
Yep.
Does he say to his troops this week, is he at that place where, he says, look, you should be expecting to go there and get a win. I back you to do that. Or is it just a case of all the pressure's on them?
Well, I think he can say both things in his pre-match talk. I think he's a really wily coach.
I think he's good.
I'm good friends with a couple of people at Bradford, Conor Wynne and Caleb Aiken. I saw after the game. Caleb's loving life under him. He likes to play football. He's from the Paul Rowley school, isn't he? With all due respect.
Yeah.
Plays shape on shape. He likes to get the ball to the edge and then go back to the other edge. I think there's a definitive plan when you watch them. When you watch them, you can see which areas they're trying to attack and why, which player they're trying to attack. So I think Bradford shock a few. There's 15 blokes gone in and 14 out at Bradford. So that'll take a little bit of time as well.
Well, they don't look like they've...
I had a conversation with Conor Wynne on the way home from Bradford on the weekend. He had them in the mud wrestling and rolling. He's really going after it physically, and I think they defend really well.
Yeah, well, look, I've just thought in my head there, it's almost like master against the apprentice, isn't it? In terms of a coaching battle, and one that no doubt the media will grab a hold of come Saturday afternoon. Right then, Cookie, I'm going to put you on the spot. Yeah. Give us your team, your margin, and, if you will, an exact scoreline.
Yeah, I think Saints win. I don't think it'll be by as many as some might think. I think they'll win 26-12. Right. 26-12.
Right. Well, listen, guys, Paul Cooke's going 26-12 to the home team of St Helens. Make sure you get your scorelines, team, and exact result in there. I was thinking, if I'm really honest, I was thinking 24-12, but we can't really go with that, can we? We've got to,
to Bradford?
No. I don't think Bradford. As full of confidence they are, I don't think they get over the top of St Helens. I think it's going to be. Yeah, all right. Then I'll go a little bit more than you. I'll go 28 points to 12 to St Helens. So there you go. We cannot wait for this time next week to see who was right, who was wrong, and that's the beauty about what we do. We can be right and wrong, Cookie, in the same sentence on the same day, anytime we like. Well, that's it for another week here at Back 10 Prediction Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything here at All Out Rugby League. Remember, we've asked you for your input this week in your comments around the game of the week. In that comment section, if you swipe to the left, it will reveal that hype button. And as we say to you each and every week, you get 3 chances to hit that hype button so we can continue to grow and bring you more and more shows here at All Out Rugby League. Thanks everyone for tuning in as always. Take care, whatever you're doing this week, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.